No.
That open.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's nerves in the end.
The tempo does.
Get up a little higher. Do it right hand. That's it. Right hand. Wait. Up, we do it. We do it. Yeah. We do it right hand. That's it. Yeah. That's it. That's it. Right. That's it. There you go. That's it. Good. That's it. There you go. Move it right. Yeah. I can get some easy.
Teofimo Lopez isn't treating this training camp like a warm-up. He's approaching it with the focus of someone who understands exactly what kind of challenge awaits him. Preparing for a precision fighter like Shakur Stevenson isn't about highlight moments or flashy moves. It's about sharp timing, strict discipline, and complete control. That's where Teofimo's headspace is right now, fully locked in and dialed toward execution rather than spectacle.
Yes, here. We'll get to here, but it'll not need another stop. Yeah.
Sure.
That's him. Make him head back here. To the wall. Yeah. That's him. Oh, that. That's him. Right hand. That's him.
Footage coming out of his camp shows a more refined, no-frills approach. The focus is on explosive pad work, precise foot positioning, abrupt tempo shifts, and drills designed to create angles rather than chase opponents around the ring. This isn't wild aggression, it's pressure applied with intent and calculation that AT the core of everything. As always, is his father and head coach, Teofimo Lopez Sr., pushing him just as hard mentally as he does physically. Their relationship is demanding and intense, but it's grounded in years of trust and shared experience, forming the backbone of this camp. Lopez Sr. is constantly reinforcing patience, stressing that you don't outmaneuver a slick fighter by rushing exchanges. You win by laying traps and forcing reactions. The conditioning work has been unforgiving. Explosive lifts, short burst sprints, and relentless core training designed to preserve power and sharpness deep into the later rounds. What really stands out in this camp is the sense of balance. Teofimo isn't hunting for a highlight reel finish. Instead, he's refining his instincts, closing defensive gaps, and preparing to assert control one round at a time against an opponent who capitalizes on every small mistake.
Right here. You fucking up. Give a shot.
Across the ring, Shakur Stevenson's camp couldn't be more different. Quiet, methodical, and deliberately unexciting to anyone looking for flash. That's exactly how he prefers it. His preparation revolves around repetition and accuracy, controlling range, using feints to draw reactions, and drilling defense until openings simply stop appearing. Under the guidance of K. Coma and his coaching staff, the focus has been on fundamentals and scenario-based work designed specifically for Teofimo's explosive surges and sudden tempo shifts. Expect constant lateral movement, sharp stop-and-go footwork, and immediate angle resets after every exchange, all built to neutralize power before it ever lands.
Yep, that's fine. Yep, take that fine. July 12th, demolishment. We're gonna demolish it. Guys way too slow, sports too sharp, too fast, too strong.
In sparring, Stevenson is working with larger, more explosive partners designed to apply constant pressure, both mentally and physically. His conditioning program is steady and unforgiving, focused on keeping him sharp, composed, and clear-headed deep into the later rounds. There's no trash talk coming out of his camp, just quiet confidence rooted in preparation. Shakur isn't training to overwhelm with power. He's training to take away choices, wear down Lopez mentally, and patiently engineer a single decisive mistake that could swing the fight in his favor.
So far, it came going great. We about a month away from fight day. Everything going according to plan. Court look great, man, great. He getting the rounds in. Everything going according to schedule.
We coming.
We coming for the victory. You know, me as a trainer, I don't train to go the distance. I think that's wear and tear on the body. You put all the work in camp to make the fight night as easy as possible, and that's what he going.
And this is where the contrast becomes crystal clear. Shakur's quiet, methodical preparation gives way to Teofimo Lopez, stepping forward with the energy of someone who knows exactly who he is and doesn't need approval from anyone. Watching his recent interview, that confidence comes through immediately. It's not loud or performative. It's a kind of calm certainty that feels unsettling if you're standing across from him. Teofimo isn't focused on resumes or odds. He's speaking like someone who believes this moment didn't happen by chance, that this fight is happening now because everything finally aligned the way it was supposed to.
And when I say grand fashion, I mean going for the knockout.
Well, I think that the whole thing with the Bible of boxing really is that if you look for the knockout, you won't get it. You know, I think really it's just all about setting the good pace early in the beginning rounds and then going from there, setting that tone. I think that I don't see him going those 12 rounds. This is his first time moving up to 140. A lot of these guys can say a lot of things about me not knocking them out or whatnot, but they don't come and try to fight me after they feel this power. So it's for a reason. It carries. It does.
What really stands out is how he dismisses the obsession with a knockout without running from the idea entirely. His message is clear. Chase the finish too hard and you lose control of the fight, but establish authority early and the power shows up on its own. That's seasoned thinking from a fighter many still label as reckless. Teofimo understands that 140 pounds is a different landscape. He knows Shakur is stepping up in weight, and he's banking on sustained pressure and tempo to create uncomfortable moments. And maybe the most telling part of all, Teofimo looks completely at ease being cast as the underdog again.
That I'm someone that, you know, is all about against all odds. I've been like that since me winning the 2015 U.S. Olympic trials and didn't, you know, have my spot for the Olympic berth and to represent Team USA in 2016 Olympic Games. I think my whole thing's always been that way, you know. So even Richard Comey, you know, when I won my first world title back in 2019 at 22 against the champion himself, you know, a lot of the odds were always against me, and I think that's when I perform my best, and I look forward to doing that again.
We've seen this pattern play out before. Doubt creeps in, noise builds around him, and somehow that's when he becomes most dangerous. When Teofimo talks about crossing paths with Shakur back in the amateur days, there's clear respect. But make no mistake, that sentiment stops the moment the bell sounds. There's no nostalgia once the fight starts. No shared history, no gym ties. Just one fighter standing in the way of what he believes is his throne. This feels like Teofimo operating exactly where he thrives, underestimated, fueled, and completely locked into his belief system. In his mind, when it's just two fighters under the lights, conviction mixed with explosive ability can still disrupt even the cleanest structure. You don't have to buy into it. But if you're still not taking him seriously at this point, that's a choice you're making, not a reflection of reality.
When it comes to a competition, it's competition, man. This is competition and currency, and you can't be friends in this game. I don't see it. I think that's what makes them soft. It's what makes our era a little bit fragile. So I think the guys like myself that still carry that with the heart of a champion and holding the Ring Magazine world title, I think that maybe we have a different form of looking at it and make boxing great again.
And just when it feels like this build-up will stay respectful and technical, the press conference explodes into controlled chaos almost instantly. Watching it unfold, you realize this is what happens when two engines of confidence collide, and neither one knows how to hit reverse. Teofimo Lopez Sr. isn't quietly talking strategy. He's projecting belief, essentially saying they've solved elite fighters before and they'll do it again. And that confidence doesn't come from hype. It comes from years of seeing those predictions turn into reality. But Shakur doesn't flinch. He stands his ground, smiling, nodding, and sending a clear message of his own. You may have broken others, but you haven't dealt with this version of me. That's where the tension really spikes, because this isn't empty trash talk meant for headlines. This is two camps genuinely convinced the other side has never experienced real pressure at this level.
You've had to come up with some good game plans over the years to beat some great fighters, Lomachenko, Taylor, among them. How difficult is this man, Shakur Stevenson, to prepare for?
Well, I see their weakness. That's what I do. We broke the code with with Loma that nobody had ever done. We didn't let him get comfortable in there. You saw that, within like 8 rounds, he didn't know what to do. I did the same thing with Josh Taylor, and we're gonna do the same thing with Shakur.
All right.
You got Teofimo framing unpredictability like it's his greatest weapon, while Shakur fires back that the real vulnerabilities aren't physical at all. They're psychological, just waiting to be exposed. Watching it play out is almost surreal. One moment it feels like a high-level chess match. The next it sounds like two men debating who truly owns confidence itself. The father-son dynamic adds another layer to it. When Teofimo Sr. jumps in, it doesn't come across as hype or theatrics. It's instinct, protection, and hard-earned experience speaking at once. Shakur, on the other hand, keeps redirecting everything back to a simple equation. Him versus Teofimo, not the corners, not the noise. And beneath all the back and forth, the most telling part is this. Both fighters sound absolutely certain the other one is headed for a rough night. There's no scripted dialogue, no respectful posturing. Just raw conviction colliding in real time. You can laugh at the exchanges, but moments like this reveal something genuine. Neither man plans to fight in the other's comfort zone. This isn't playful tension. It's two undefeated mentalities clashing over whose version of reality is still standing when January 31st arrives.
Listen to Teofimo Sr., any reaction to what he just said?
I'm not none of them fighters. I think that he did some great things against them guys. I seen a lot of weaknesses in his game too, and something that he said earlier, he said, Teo never lost to Southpaw. Well, I never lost to Orthodox. So it ain't no different, but
the difference is you never fought no elite fighter.
Okay, I don't think y'all did either.
Oh, so you gotta show it, baby.
Here's my take. Strip away the noise, the camps, and all the press conference theatrics. And this fight comes down to who breaks their own habits first, not who looks better on paper. If Shakur stays disciplined, patient, and technically flawless, he can absolutely control stretches of the fight and make Teofimo question his timing. But that's also where the danger lies. Teofimo doesn't need constant control. He thrives on moments. And it's in those moments that structure begins to crack that I don't expect the early rounds to be a highlight reel, nor do I think it stays clean and tidy all night. There will be stretches where Shakur makes everything look effortless, only for Teofimo to erupt with sudden bursts that remind everyone one misstep can cost a fight. Pace is the deciding factor for me. If Teofimo forces Shakur to work just a little harder than he wants to, especially through the middle rounds. The dynamic shifts in a heartbeat. Shakur's fight IQ is elite, but Teofimo's explosiveness isn't theoretical. It shows up whether you're ready or not. My prediction. This isn't a blowout, and it isn't going to be a slow slog. I lean toward Teofimo late, not because he outboxes Shakur, but because pressure plus belief plus perfect timing can create chaos that pure control can't contain. And don't be surprised if half the audience thinks the other fighter won. This is the kind of matchup where inches, not knockouts, could decide the verdict.
I don't think
Pressure's
y'all
on
did
you.
either. I ain't see.
Not on my son.
I ain't see Lomachenko throw no punches.
You've
for
never
6
been on a big
rounds.
stage like this.
I didn't see Lomachenko throw punches for
You've
6
never been
rounds.
on a big stage like
I
this.
didn't see Lomachenko throw punches
'Cause we
for 6
froze him.
rounds. Okay, you gonna see.
We're gonna freeze you too.
You better not throw the towel in.
Come on, man. You out of your mind.
Okay.
Shit. My son fought without no air. My son fought without no air against Cambosos.
You can't fight for
got
your
balls.
son. You can't fight
You
for
gonna
your
tell
son.
me, man? Come on.
You can't fight for your son.
I bet you gonna quit.
Yeah, okay, you gonna see.
All right?
Step back and look at the bigger picture. This isn't just a fight about contrasting styles. It's about identity. One fighter trusts structure and control to carry him through. The other believes that relentless pressure and unwavering belief will bend that structure until it breaks. Both camps are locked in, confidence is off the charts, and neither side sounds like they plan on easing up when things get messy. That's what makes this matchup so compelling. This isn't marketing hype. It's conviction colliding in real time. And fights like this tend to stand the test of time, regardless of what the scorecards say. Now I want to hear from you. How do you see this going? Is Shakur dominating with precision, or does Teofimo drag him into deep waters late in the fight? Drop your thoughts in the comments so we can get the debate going. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.